Get in line for the dopest girl show. The essence will be holding us down. Get in line, women running the world. Wednesday 6:30, let's have a good time. Get in line, free your mind. Let the music help you celebrate life. Get sexy. Get in line, keep it real. Get empowered and inspired to feel.
Welcome to the D Essence Show. It's your girl D Essence right here on set after a very great month of June. I think I'm still recovering from all the festivities, my birthday, the festival, the parade, the fish market, the fish parade actually. It's been a great month, and now we're going into July, and the summer is almost over already. You know, we waited all this time for some great weather, and now we're here. So I hope everybody's enjoying their summer so far. I hope everybody had a good day at work and everybody's in peace. But today I have two guests. I'm going to be starting off with a personal friend of mine who I've met through the industry. And it's about 4 years that we've been friends, radio friends. He's my confidant. He's my marketing. He's my advisor. He's a little bit of everything, kind of like what Bat is, but more on the marketing, how should I say, consultant side. But he is the founder and CEO of 950 Lounge, which you can hear. We'll get in touch with him in a little bit about that. We have a few things that we need to talk about. But I do want to welcome Mr. Kevin Pryor from
Thank
950 Lounge.
I appreciate it, Deez. It's nice, the check's in the mail, obviously, with that intro. And yeah, it's been about 4 years. Time
Has it?
really flown. We met at with Soundboy's event.
Yes.
And I think you was trying to pick me up. I was like, easy.
Oh, no, I'm always trying to pick somebody up,
I'm
right?
joking. But no, it was really cool. And then obviously just building a friendship. And I'm really proud of what you got here. Great setup.
Thank you.
I watch every week.
Yeah, and you've seen my journey go from what it was to now and even more.
Yeah.
Where I call him my best friend in the industry. He knows my family, so it's like we have a very special relationship, connection, and business too.
Yeah, without question.
We know a lot of the same people. Your show is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, when I first met you with Soundboy's premiere party that we were at, you guys were there hosting, doing interviews.
Yeah.
And the minute we sat down, I was fortunate to sit down with you and not that it wasn't that it was unfortunate to sit with the other team.
You can say this is your show. Just say
because
just
they're
tell them
all
what you
family.
want.
They're all family. But what I'm saying is that the minute me and you sat down, it was like match made in heaven.
Right.
It was like I knew.
Well, synergies. That's the key. Obviously, synergies with Team 2. I mean, you was running your ship. I think you had a co-host at the time.
Yeah, I was on Nightline.
Right.
Yeah.
And what we do, even though we are a team, and I call us the best team in radio, and that's because everybody has a unique presence.
Yeah.
There's somebody got to take the last shot.
Right.
And I take the last shot.
You took the last shot, but you took the first shot with me.
Well. It could have been my last shot because I think I left after that. So it was my last shot, literally.
Yeah. So how's it going? So tell us about 950 Lounge for the ones that are not aware of it, that have been under a rock, that need to get in line. Talk to us about that.
The show has been going great. We been on 6 years.
Yes.
And it's been a steady ebb and flow for us as well. And we're now on every day, 6 to 10 a.m. CBTV radio. Thank you. Exclusively on Spreaker, still on iHeart, still on Roku TV, and many others. And it's just been a fun ride. I think, somebody asked me recently, like, do you get tired? And I was like, it's human nature to go through adversity. But if you're not having fun, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that contractually locks me into saying I want to do something. I do it because I love it.
Yeah.
I love talking to people. I love being a voice. And with some of the things we've done, even with the Netflix interview with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and that growth.
That was amazing. I mean, go into a little bit of that.
Right. Well, it's funny because we had, at the time we was at DSN, and we had just moved into this new studio. And, AOC, I did a previous interview with people at DSN, and me, and with our show, for people who don't know, we're, everything from entertainment to politics, nothing or base. So
it's a pretty formatted, very fun show.
We call it Radio Gumbo because it's a little bit of everything. Like my mama likes the political part, but hates the ratchet part. And that's fine because it's not for everybody.
And it's such a Saturday morning show.
Right.
There's 5 of you?
It's 5 of us, yeah.
And one of them is your brother?
Yes.
So there's
My
like a
older brother.
constant back and forth with you guys, which is so funny.
Which is very organic.
Yeah.
Which is very organic.
Yeah.
But the AOC thing, DWI, good friend of ours, you know him well. He said, hey, you know what? I had this politician on. So I'm like, yeah, let me pass it. At the time, AOC was just getting started, so I had a cell phone, and it was real like DMs, real
now
easy
you
conversation.
Get through a whole line of people to just get in touch with her.
Like any guest, I send information on the show and said, wow, you guys are really good, and I want to, I definitely want to come on. We had just moved to a brand new studio. It was January. It was brick cold. So I remember, because we just wasn't insulated, nothing like that. So we said, look, oh man, we got this guest, and it's like 20 degrees in here. Like a pro, she came in, took off her jacket, it was just bare arms. And she said, I have my camera crew with me.
Okay.
I'm running, obviously I'm running for office, and they're following me. Okay, great. So they came in, we signed waivers, and had a great interview. And fast forward to, I think, May, somebody reaches out to me on DM, Instagram, and say, yo, I saw you guys were on Netflix. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's a joke. Then I got a contact from somebody who didn't know me on Twitter, and I said, wow, I enjoyed your little segment. I found the full interview on YouTube. I said, let me check this thing out.
Yeah.
Lo and behold,
it was there.
It was there. And I had reached out to her on Instagram, and she reached back, and her team, my management team, now she got a team.
Right, yeah.
They reached out to me and said, it was great, and she wants to come back on. So hopefully we'll get her this fall.
Yeah.
But it's between that, and I mean, Lilo Pincado, AK from Bronx Tale.
Yes, and that was very controversial. Because it had been years that he was out of the spotlight due to that incident that took place.
Right.
And people were coming at you that day.
Well, I think,
Not a lot of people, but...
people felt like, because of the situation, obviously, NYPD officer had died in that situation that he was involved in many years ago, and felt like I shouldn't do that. But then my thing was, I take, as you know, I take what I do as being a journalist of some sort. I mean, I don't just feel like, I know there's a lot of shows out here, but when we come on set and we record, my thing is like, look, I'm trying to give information that you're only going to find here. It's a million shows, but you're only going to find what we put out here. So my thing to him was, I was like, look, I don't really care about, your acting. Well, obviously it's part of you. I want to talk about the upcline, the incline, the level, the downcline, and the resurrection. Yep. And I said, if you can't give me all that, I don't want to do it. He said, look, you can ask me what you want.
And I saw that, and he was very transparent.
Extremely.
And he's totally out of that lifestyle at this moment.
He's made some changes, obviously. Like they say, people who are addicts are always addicts, but he deals with it every day. He says not a day that doesn't go by that he doesn't think about that incident. But he's trying to redeem himself. And the only way you can do that is change and do the things you can do today to make yourself better. You can't take back, unfortunately, your life was lost, but you can just try to get better. But that was one of my favorite interviews. And also Heather Hunter. I mean, having her on a couple times. And for those of our younger viewers who don't know what Heather Hunter is, you can Google her. I'm not going to say it's a family program. But, Heather Hunter, again, became almost is now a friend. Started just being somebody interviewing, and it took a yeoman's communication to try to get her on the show, but now she's,
and she's a professional photographer now too. So she's another one that's grown from what we remember her to be.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
So it has to be something to turn on a Netflix documentary of someone that is so controversial right now. And out of everything that she has, she chose that segment of you guys, and it looks absolutely wonderful.
Thank you. It says something, because when nobody looks in the mirror and says, "Wow." I'm looking at the camera. Wow, you don't look good, or wow, I'm not handsome, or I'm not good at what I do. I think we all feel that way. Right. But it's something when somebody else tells you that. When you have people who come and say, wow, it's such an organic group, and I feel comfortable, and you hear it more and more. And as I, again, me being in advertising by trade, reaching out to clients or, I guess celebrities that come on the show is what we are about, because it's like nothing against the local guy, but my theory is to try to take it to another level. You start, you sprinkle, you build your tree, and then let the tree go, you let it grow and nourish. So that's what we've been doing, and when people come and say, wow, I really want to come back, and they want to come back, Rich Graff from Making of the Mob, oh man, from Mint Condition,
Yes.
Stokely Williams. I mean,
Yes.
the names run on and on. I mean, we've had a lot of great guests and continue to have great guests. We're working on some political candidates now, running for president. I won't say the names because it's not solid yet, but things are happening. But it's fun. And if you can enjoy something you do, you'll work a day in your life.
Yeah, and it's also important for us Latinos and minorities to have content in our information and our entertainment because, like you said, there's so much of just whatever goes, let's just talk.
Right.
But you guys have a pretty much formatted show, and it's very informative.
Right.
But it's fun, and like I said, it's a perfect Saturday morning show.
And now is even with the Saturday, even though we still record Saturdays, we record now. We still play on Saturdays in other markets because we're on to multiple terrestrial markets, and that show still plays, but it's not live anymore because now it's weekday. But it's still Saturday, style, but it's now a weekday morning show. And hopefully down the road it may be a weekday live morning show. We'll see how that plays out.
Yes. So talk to me a little bit about the marketing and advertising side of you. And this movie deal that you have going on with the advertising, the promos.
Well, I mean, I've been in the advertising game, I'm showing my age, about 17 years, but yet I keep these boys with good looks.
I love it.
But just keep shaving every day. And, I've worked in many stops, outdoor, radio, now obviously now working with a company that does on-screen advertising.
Amazing.
At, 3 of the biggest movie circuits in the country. And with that, it's you work with agencies, larger deals, but with my entrepreneurial life, it does open up an opportunity to offer people the opportunity to advertise on screen. Most people, when I talk to them, they go, I think I'm a millionaire. Like, this is really, affordable and it's reasonable and it's something that can really take you to another way. And I always tell people, especially in our world, that are independent artists or even established artists using the technology to get back on track. I said everybody's using social media. Everybody's using Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We get that, YouTube. You got to do that.
Yeah.
But if you're a car on the highway and I'm driving left to right, and all of a sudden I make a U-turn on that same highway and go right to left, that one car will be seen by everybody. You want to be that one car when you promote your brand. Because for the listener that doesn't know a D Essence, doesn't know a Kevin, and they just know you as D Essence and 950 Kev, you have to stand out. And you have to advertise different. Because again, if I'm just in a mosh pit with everybody else, I'm just picking out something. How do I know that's good, bad? And if I pick out a bad one, and maybe I don't go back to that pit. But if I'm standing out and advertising differently, now I'm presenting myself to the public where, you know what, you got to see me because I'm doing something nobody else is doing. And that's the key. And I know that's, sometimes that comes with a budget, and that's not always, reasonable for people. But nevertheless, find ways to be unique and cost-effective to stand out. And there definitely are ways to do that.
And it feels great.
Yeah.
To see your face or your name on a big screen.
Yeah. I mean, we've done it with 950.
People still going to movies and watching movies.
Well, the movie industry had to change because obviously with Netflix and Hulu and, why would you go to a movie theater when you got an 80-foot flat screen in your house and, deal with a small screen with loud people and bad food and sticky floors. So what they've done is change the experience. And that experience is reserved seating, better seats, better food, bigger screens, better movies all year round. When we were growing up, you only get great movies in the summer and in Christmas time.
Thanksgiving,
now,
maybe.
Well, holidays,
the holidays,
right.
Yeah.
So, now you get great movies all year round. That's because the movie industry realized we have to step our game up. And that's helped me on the advertising end because the more people go to theaters, the more people want to advertise in the theaters. So that definitely helps that as well.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's your not your ending goal, but like where you see yourself in the next year with 950?
It used to be when we first started, it was almost like we wanted to be a telecom. You wanted to put a company together to get broad. And then as technology started to grow and we started to create our own lanes and our own levels of audience and building our brand, we realized, we really don't have to get picked up. Somebody wants to throw me a bucket-load of money, I'm open to that. But on the flip side, if we don't, that's okay because we're building our own ads. We have our own brand. I'd be remiss if I don't mention my partners, CBTV, WRN and PA, EKNS Syndications, people who have really helped us grow and continue to work with us throughout this process. So to answer your question, I just want to continue to make great programming. Great programming to me is like it's like a domino. You have a great program, you advertise well, you find new viewers, new listeners. That opens up new advertisers.
Definitely.
So it's just a roulette wheel, and it's like I'm not reinventing it. You know, if you go to Atlantic City or Vegas, you didn't invent roulette, but if you hit a number 7, I'm going to get paid. So that's the way it works with us. Just continue to great programming, and as good as the show I think is, I haven't done my best show yet.
Okay.
I think I'll do the best show and like be like Caddyshack and like, oh, I did my best show, and then I'll get hit by lightning. But I think it's always try to get better. And I know my team, you know, they respect the way I come at them. It could be a little annoying, but again, I'm constantly always saying, and we've talked offline about this, you got to get better every week.
Yes, we do.
Be better, be better. And if, you know, again, you can always grow, because once you stop growing, you're dead. I'm not trying to go anytime
No,
soon.
it's true, definitely. So for our viewers, where does the name 950 come from?
It's a great story.
Because, you know, every time we say 950, it's like, oh, that sounds like a bar or a lounge.
Yeah.
Where does it really come from?
Well, it's just a little story, and every great business has a story. It started as, I grew up at 950 East 223rd Street here in the Bronx.
Oh, okay.
And my mother was a Christian woman. My father was a street guy on the bar. And, you know, I don't know how those two, I guess opposites do really attract.
Yeah.
And when you came to the Pryor's house, my pops played the numbers a lot. So if 950 hit, he always used the address. 950 hit, that meant you know, steak with the beans and rice. That meant better school clothes. That meant maybe a vacation or two. So 950, when that number hit, meant that was success.
I like that.
But when we first started the show, I guess I got to retrack a little bit. It was called Pryor's Place, but we couldn't use Pryor's Place because of Richard Pryor had a show in the 80s, and that's why I knew the show had some action, because I had got a email from a production group said that name is still copywritten.
Okay.
So my brother was like, Rodeo was like, oh, that's crazy. That's our name. I said, no. And I started laughing. I said, if they're looking at this little tin can situation we got, then maybe we got something we're not really looking at. So again, the 950 was the household, and lounge was you come to the Pryors. It's a good time. There's always music playing. You chill, you dominoes, and
so
that's
it's very personal.
Yes, so that's how 950 Lounge, and then really, I'm glad that we took the new name because it just fits.
Yeah, it does, and it's fun. It keeps it. I don't know. There's like some spunkiness to it.
Well, you know, we make it work.
All right, so I want to have like a little fun talk. Well, not fun talk with you, but since you do radio as well, and you guys talk about a lot of situations.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about just the whole situation with the Central Park 5 on Netflix, When They See Us.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yes, I have. So, yeah.
All right, and I know you guys talked about it on your show, and it got into a conversation.
Right.
What was your outlook on it? Do you actually remember the incident? I do.
I do remember the incident. I was in high school then, and I remember, our president putting out an ad in the paper about trying to send these guys to the death penalty.
Yeah.
I do remember the fact that they create the word wilding because of this. And, again, being an African-American male, at the time I was in high school, teenager, and seeing this. And again, I mean, it was times, friends, and we would go to Central Park, or we would go hang out in the city, 42nd Street, when it was a little bit grittier. Yeah. And you say, wow, this could be anybody, you know. And then to find out these young men were innocent, and really it was kind of a cover-up all the way up top, coerced confessions, the whole bit.
Yeah.
It makes you mad. It makes you angry.
Yeah.
It's not good enough to say, oh, well, they're out now and they got a couple millions of dollars. No, because that doesn't change the fact that these men will never be the same. They're not just dumb, their families were robbed.
Yeah.
They were just robbed.
Their childhood, teenage life was robbed.
Teenage years, family, growth, whatever, but, obviously, I'm a big believer in karma. I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason. Sometimes it doesn't happen when you want it to happen, but it's just when it's supposed to happen. And we're seeing certain things now. I believe the prosecutor, she went to Mount Vernon High School. They just took her name off the
and they're
Wall of
taking her
Fame.
books off
Right.
shelves, and it's becoming a real serious thing.
I know people want the president to make a comment on it, and my theory is that at this point, you know what,
this president, 45?
Well,
Really?
again, because of his comments, but at this point, it's not so much his comments. It wouldn't even be for them. It would be more for him. And if he feels deep down in his soul, don't apologize because it's not sincere.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean,
Well, that's because back then he actually was making statements as just Donald Trump himself.
Right. I mean, again, it's he was one of the guys that was on the ringleaders of putting media attention to this before social media. Again, people put ads in the paper. Now they just tweet.
Right.
But again, I mean, if you go back with that and all the other situations that have happened, and to this day, we need to realize that shows like yours and conversations like this and shows like mine and just the way we communicate are important because, again, you don't see this in other neighborhoods, in other communities because other communities stick together.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need to do as people and realize that no matter what our economic is, with your preference in life, there's always going to be something between us because we have that, and that's black and brown. We experienced that. Even they wouldn't let Oprah Winfrey shop in Paris. And so I mean, again, we see that. I mean, Jay-Z's a billionaire, and I'm sure he still goes through racial trouble. So again, it's to bring it home to Central Park 5, it's just a sad reality and a reminder that we still haven't overcome.
We still have not overcome.
No. And we have to continue to fight no matter what. And I know, your parents and grandparents, I know my grandparents marched on Washington, and they try to do things so we wouldn't have to experience that. Now I find myself doing things now to help my nieces and great nieces.
Isn't that crazy?
So they won't. It really is. But I'm an optimist, and that's going back tying into the show. I'm an optimist, and I feel like eventually we will get there. It may not be in my or your lifetime, but I think we'll eventually get there. I'm hopeful of that.
What do you think about the new election for president?
Oh, wow. This is like I'm at 950.
Since we're talking about that, I figured.
My theory is obviously you have, I think, as we're talking 23, who knows who else is going to pop up. 23 Democrats run for president. And since Obama.
It's a lot.
It's extreme. It's like a lottery. Like, you want to be president, you want to be president.
Yeah.
But, since Obama back in 2008, his first time he won, the Democratic Party has changed. It's a lot more women. It's a lot more inclusiveness.
Yes.
It's a lot more gender. We have
nationalities.
We have Muslims in Congress. we have people are openly gay. So it's a lot more inclusiveness. And the people we have at the top, the Bidens and the Bernie Sanders, and I really should ask you on your show because people are saying about Biden, and I've had this discussion with Backstage Ed, that because Biden, again, was one of the people who was heavy in going against Anita Hill when Clarence Thomas was being vetted for the Supreme Court. So now he's running for president again. Third time. If that's the case, you might as well get Hillary. Bernie Sanders. I like Bernie. I like some of the things Bernie represents, but I think sometimes Bernie's not realistic. And I respect the fact that Bernie marched with King, but as a black man, okay, give me some more. I need more.
Right, that's not the only thing I want to, right.
Running for president, to me, is three things. It's policy. It's, somebody that I can relate to. And the reality is, and people get mad at me when I say this, it's also swag. Because again, to be a president, people have to relate to you. It's got to be something that people want to follow you. It's almost like a CEO of a business, and the CEO has a doctrine. And he says, this is the way I run my business, and if you come work for me, you got to kind of flow with the same ideals. And being a president, that's why we're seeing so many things with Trump, unfortunately. We're seeing the ugly side because there are people who still have those opinions and beliefs. So the next president of this country has got to be able to not just handle policy and have compassion, but they also have to be somebody that a person feels good about when they go to the ballot box. We saw that when Trump ran for president. Trump was a guy, whether you like him or not, he used Twitter. Every night, the CNN and MSNBC and Fox, they just respond to his Twitter. So a guy who claims he has so much money, we didn't have to use it for commercials or promotion because he just used Twitter. Matter of fact, Twitter should give him a check. He bought Twitter back. Twitter was on the decline.
It's so true.
So as we go into 2020 and we look at, who's running for president, we have to remember that, yes, it's important to have policy, but that person or man or woman running for president's got to look a certain way. I haven't found somebody yet that I can really 100% go follow. Buttigieg is somebody I'm watching. I'm also looking a little.
What about our mayor that's running?
It's a joke. I'm not even. I know we. And you know what's funny? Back in June, he was in Iowa. He didn't get one vote. The caucuses are starting. And they do these mock.
To be president.
But it's funny because De Blasio, record-wise, you would think it's somebody that people want to. If you look at just his record. Handle New York first.
Exactly.
Handle New York first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, just wanted to get your insight on that because I know you guys speak about it a lot.
We don't have that much time to go in. I can really go into it.
I know.
But, again, like I said, we'll see how it plays out. We just experienced the first primary, debate. And those will continue. So I'm like everybody else. I got my popcorn and
I'm ready to watch.
And I'm seeing who's going to, handle what the things that are important to me, my family, and, who's going to take that next step up.
So we only have 3 minutes left, but I just want to.
So professional, 3 minutes.
We do.
You gonna get rid of me? You gonna get rid of me?
I don't want to, but
it's all
I was looking up July and what it stood for,
Yeah.
and we have Happy 4th.
Yeah.
And then we have National Anti-Boredom Month.
Really?
Yes, and it's also the unluckiest month for weddings.
Because it's so hot.
And then we have National Cell Phone Courtesy Time.
Please.
And National Picnic Month.
I don't use that word.
So, what, picnic month?
Don't never use that. Don't ever say picnic to a black man.
Oh, okay.
Just say outing or barbecue.
Oh, okay.
We don't have enough time to get into that one.
Oh.
But maybe you'll bring me back and I'll explain it.
Because, I don't do picnics either.
Yeah.
I do barbecues. But anyway, that's a whole other show.
You understand the words coming out of my mouth?
That's serious, right? Let our viewers know where they can find you and, the show and all that good stuff.
Again, you can catch me and the Best Human Radio every weekday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern on CBTV Radio.
Damn,
exclusively
4 hours?
4 hours of madcap conversation on the Spreaker app. You can catch us anytime on demand on iHeartRadio. You can also catch us on Roku TV. Just search 950 Lounge. And if you're out of town, I know this show plays everywhere in the Lehigh Valley, 1620 a.m., WWRN, WWRN app, so many places. Just look us up. Google me. www.950lounge.com for more information. And go to my Instagram, my Twitter at my Instagram and Twitter, 950kev.
Yeah, you got a lot going on.
I got a lot going on. I need a pro. I need a hype person with me.
I know, but you got Just, the classic man.
Yeah, that's the real MVP.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
in my
you so
new
much.
home.
Continue
I love
blessings.
you. You already
Love you
know.
too.
We'll talk later.
No doubt.
He wanted to come on the show for so long, and I'm like, Kev, just chill. We're not going nowhere.
Yeah, he used to rush my show every week. I'm like,
I still gotta help you promote and bring you on anyway.
Nah, it's all
you're my
good.
family. It doesn't matter.
You got a great team here,
Thank
and that's
you.
half the battle. Like I said, got Dan in the background. You brought him back into the game.
Yeah, always. I tell you from day
Yeah.
one, you'll be with me.
No doubt.
Thank you once again.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
guys for tuning in. We'll be right back. I have a special female joining me right here on the D. Essence Show. Get in line.
Peace and blessings, king and queens, the King Amadeus, multi-platinum bad boy hitman producer, Trey Songz, music director, tour drummer. I'm here with the queen, the one and only, The Essence Show. If you're not in line, you better get in line. You heard me? King Amadeus, platinum producer.
What's going on, peoples? My name is Victor Almanzar, your favorite actor from Power, Empire, 1155. Yo, y'all need to get in line. The Essence Show.
Hi, I'm Raquel Sharper. I'm here at Get In Line, the D Essence Show, with all the fabulousness. Right down, boogie down.
Hi, I'm Walter Tucker. I am the founder of Live the Biz, which is America's leading music education organization for music executives and artists. I am here on the Essence Show, so make sure y'all get in line.
What's going on? I'm your mother's uncle. Hopefully you get back from the laundromat. I'm over here at The Essence Show. Hashtag get online. tattoo on the back of your aunt's neck. I'm Detroit once again for all you little kids who didn't finish school.
Yo, this is Chris Rivers dragging us up straight from the Bronx, New York. You know we at the Essence Show, so all y'all better get in line.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ron Morel, Calle Fuego, Carlos, and it's the Essence Show. Get in line.
Hello, I'm Damaris Oliveras, founder of Island Life Kitchen. You can find organic, clean, vegetarian, and vegan options for all of your needs. I create island food in a healthy way. Please follow me, islandlifekitchen.com.
Dímelo, mi gente. It is your girl, La Loca from Radio 1039, holding down middays from 10 to 3. I'm on the Essence Show. Hashtag get along me.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Sue Fearless, and I'm here on the Essence Show. We had a great show today, and she just wanted to make sure that I let you guys know to get in line.
Yo, what up? It's that kid, Kevin Rivera, a.k.a. Beat Boy of Fly Tito. And I'm here with Miss D Essence, and she told me to tell you to get in line.
Hey, boy, Mike Massive, and you are now rocking with D Essence. Don't skip the line. Get in line. Y'all already
This
know.
is Candela, the voice of Latin America, and we chilling on the D Essence Show. You know what's good. You have to definitely get in line. Que bonita bandera, que bonita.
This is the young executive Carl Michelle.
And I go by the name of Schneiding the Magnet Cherry.
And your boy Money Marv. We are the producers of the Youth Empowerment Show. Get in line.
Nos fuimos. It's Goody, Sound Carter, Soundboy Cartagena, the hip hop Hiwado, here at the Essence Show. Get in line. Nos
Peace,
fuimos.
it's Grandmaster Cash. You're on the DS Show. Stay in line, baby.
Yo, this is Scholar Rock Jr. kicking it here on the DS Show on BronxNet from the Bronx. So I'm setting that Bronx tone. You know the vibes, man.
He needs to be my hype man.
Get in line.
That's right. Yeah, guess who's here?
Hi, I'm A.R. Garcia, writer, actor, director, producer. Get in line.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy June Archer here at The Essence Show. Listen, I need you to get in line. When I say get in line, I need you to get your mind right, get your heart right, get your community right, and make sure that you're making an impact for those around you and those globally when you have the opportunity to touch them. So listen, here at The Essence Show, she says get in line, so I'm supporting that. This is June Archer, get in line.
And we're back right here on the DS Show each and every Wednesday at 9 p.m. You just saw Mr. Kevin Pryor from 950 Lounge. Please check them out. They're a great show. So much fun watching them and hearing them. Those are my people, so please go support. But right now, I have a beautiful lady with me that I've interviewed her song about 3 times. If you guys been watching the DS Show each and every Wednesday, you just saw him with Mike Massive, Mr. Beat Boy, going by AKA Fly Tito. But now she got her own thing. She got her own things going on, and it's time for her to shine. And we've always been kicking it through, Beat Boy and Teddy Love. And I always respect her, and it's always like a joy to have her because she's just so pleasant, her and her husband Jay. And right now she's been working on an organization called W.O.M.B, which is a woman empowerment. And I just figured to finally bring her on the show and let her share what she has in store for you guys for the summer of 2019. And I would like to introduce the beautiful and lovely and so dope Monique Rivera.
Thank you
Or
so
Rivera.
much.
I should say it like that, right?
Rivera, ya tú sabes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, love. You are on the other side of the table
I
now.
know, it's just awkward.
You're always coming in and working things for the son and just being his cheerleader, and now you're here.
Yeah.
And I love you. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
So do you.
Thank
As
you.
always.
Thank you. How's everything?
Everything is great. Everything is great. Yeah. I started the W.O.M.B Women Empowerment about a year ago, officially.
Yes.
The genesis of it, though, started 5 years ago, which is
Everything
crazy.
takes time.
Yeah. The genesis was 5 years ago. I had started it on the 116th Street Association. And then remember that building that collapsed, that building that fell?
Yes.
On 116th Park?
Yeah.
Once that building collapsed, I was displaced, which is fine because that takes precedence. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, it kind of displaced me, and then it kind of like put the dream on the shelf for a while, and then an opportunity arose, and I was like, oh my God, I have this space. I'm going to start this again. And here we are.
So basically it gave time for God to work in your favor to get to where we are.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I understand the womb, and I just love that as a word, but they're acronyms, aren't they?
Yes. So W.O.M.B stands for Women's Opinions Matter because we're fearless, we're resilient, we're nurturers, and the list goes on and on.
I love it. You're so sophisticated with it. And I feel the energy and the excitement of it.
Yes.
And you've had events in the past as well, right? Can you
Yes.
just give us a little idea of what you would experience?
Of course. So on a monthly basis, the women, we get together once a month. Every second Saturday of each month, we get together. And I usually bring a guest speaker. So we've done classes on finances. We've done classes on domestic violence. We've done classes, women's health.
Yeah.
Even those, unfortunately, sometimes women, we take medicines like contraceptives.
Okay.
And those things sometimes lead to health issues.
Yeah.
So I had someone from Ashes look into that foundation. It's an amazing foundation. These women their lives were changed, unfortunately, in a negative way, due to certain IUDs or certain things that they put in their bodies as a contraceptive to prevent pregnancies.
Wow.
So we have to be very mindful of what we're putting into our bodies as women. So just do your research always.
Yeah. Is that including birth control too? Like the pill, the actual pill?
That includes everything. Look at there's a show on Netflix. If you Google it, I know that the foundation is Ashes, but if you Google it, it'll show you the show on Netflix. I highly suggest that you watch it.
Oh my God, I'm nervous to watch that.
No, you should. We need to be mindful of what we're doing to our bodies.
Right.
Knowledge is power.
Right. So in your experience or your knowledge, what is the best way to take these contraceptives?
You really want to go there?
Just what? Not have sex?
No, of course not.
Or
That's
just
up
have
to you.
safe sex?
Hey, listen, I'm married for a long time, so that's not happening.
I know that, but for the ones that are not trying to have no babies.
Well, condoms, I think, would be the safest.
Okay.
I think, in my opinion, is condoms because you're not putting nothing into your body. I think that's the safest. Or it depends. There's pills that can work for you. It depends on you. I think it's up to you and your doctor to see what works best for you.
Yeah.
But it's just, be mindful.
The hell with the pills, with all the hormones and the weight gain you get.
Exactly.
Oh.
There's a lot of side effects with these things.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. So when we go to these events, I'm hearing that I went to one. So there's food.
Yes.
There's music.
Yes.
There's empowerment talking.
There's meditation. So I try to promote, my biggest thing that I promote is love, peace, and meditation. So meditation is key because studies show that people that meditate tend to live longer, healthier lives. Just staying grounded, just checking in. And especially as women, we lead very busy lives.
Yeah.
We're multitaskers, we're mothers, we're wives. I'm in education. I teach 5th grade. And it's a challenging job. It consumes a lot of my time. I'm exhausted. But it's okay because I still have to come home and take care of my family.
Yeah.
I still have to cook and clean.
Yeah.
I still have to do things for the women empowerment, like plan my next events. And I'm always on the go, nonstop. And then I have my lovely son, Beat Boy, a.k.a. Fly Tito.
Yes, who's very fly, by the way.
Thank you. And I'm constantly running around with him as well.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot, but balance is key.
Right.
And
So when do you get the time to balance for yourself? Because everything you said was for everyone else.
Okay.
So when is it time for Monique?
That's very good, but that's a good question. Somehow, by the grace of God, I'm a very spiritual person.
Okay.
So by the grace of God, I've been able to keep perfect balance because I take time in the morning before I leave to work to pray and meditate, and that sets the tone for my day.
Okay.
And I'm very big on planning, so I literally, I have a planner, and I just tackle each task.
So you're like Superwoman.
Time consuming. That's what my husband calls me. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just
so do you have any
managing time management?
Definitely. And there is time in the day. People say there's no time in the day to do everything, but there actually is. Like you said, if you break down your day and you give the amount of time, just make sure you have enough time for yourself.
Exactly. Can I give you what I like to do on Thursdays? I call it Tranquil Thursdays.
Yes.
So each Thursdays, I promote Tranquil Thursdays for Women Empowerment Queens. I promote that because as women, that's the tail end part of our work week for most of us.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is Thursday, ladies. This is the day that you take for self-love. So whether it's a manicure or pedicure, whether it's just reading a book by yourself in your room, separating yourself from your family, whatever it is, taking a hot bath, I promote that every Thursday. I make them choose something to do for yourself today. So I do that.
Yes,
Those are my
have a
days
little
where-
drink, buy some flowers for yourself, a plant, whatever, some perfume.
There you go.
No, because it all works. It all stimulates the mind.
Exactly.
Sometimes we're
Definitely.
lazy to do it, or sometimes we're like, oh, I don't have the money for that, or let somebody else do it for me. But when you do it, it actually feels great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So in our speaking and our knowledge of each other, we both have, a lot of people do, mostly everybody, but we personally have spoken about anxiety.
Yes.
And you're very keen on that.
Yes.
And so have I.
Yes.
Because we've both been through our anxiety issues.
Yes.
But from what I know is that we've both grown from the anxiety, and you're handling it way better. So do you have any tips to give males and females?
Absolutely. For anxiety, I don't recommend medication. However, that's completely up to you and your doctor. I took the holistic approach. With that being said, I looked into what foods I can eat that can benefit me. What lavender oil, I literally have a mist where I put my lavender oil and I
Inhale
let
it, like.
Yep. And I carry it with me because if I ever feel anxious, I just put a little dab there and I take 3 deep breaths and I smell the lavender and I just keep myself grounded. And that's what helps me. Prayer, meditation, lavender oil, lavender tea, chamomile tea, and those things, is what has been helping me with my anxiety, and just knowing the triggers. And when you know the trigger, that helps as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes for me, I realized it was like a pre-warning almost, like something bad was going to happen. And then I started to realize, okay, why am I feeling anxious? And then something a few days later would go crazy, like something bad would happen.
Yeah.
And now I just learned to, also it's just accepting it.
Yeah.
Acceptance instead of resistance.
Yeah, you can't fight her.
Resistance causes it worse. Resistance causes it to
escalate.
elevate to 100, and you don't want that.
And anxiety is actually, I forgot what they call it, but it is something that keeps you on. It's a fighter. So when you have anxiety, is the reason why you're worried about something is because your body is already like in defense mode. It's prepared. But it's like, what's causing that? So, I mean, sometimes you know it and you're telling yourself, why am I stressing this little thing? But your body and your mind is already like that. So speaking about it is good.
I think they call it fight or flight.
Yes, yes. That's exactly what it is. Damn it. I can't stand her. I'm like, go somewhere with this. Anyway, so like you said, you're a mom.
Yes, I am.
You've been with somebody special for a long time.
27 years.
Can you give us any tips for the females and the males on how, everybody has issues.
Of course.
Nobody's
perfect.
Sometimes you hate each other, sometimes you love each
Exactly.
other.
It's just knowing that you're going to go through, those trials and tribulations are going to come.
Yeah.
But it's learning, in my opinion, it's learning how to pick and choose your battles wisely. There are some
sure
things that I
is.
just learned to let go. I'm like, whatever, I'm not going to stress that.
Right.
And vice versa. Communication is key. And also making time for each other, because we both live very busy lives. We both lead very busy lives, with our careers, and with Kevin, Beat Boy, and then with my woman empowerment. So it's like the cutest little things, like shooting each other texts, hey, honey, I love you, I miss you. Just those little cute things, keeping that fire burning, that flame,
course. But both of you have to have it. Sometimes one person leaves, doesn't have it
so
anymore.
Then that's when the communication part comes in, because you have to communicate with love. A lot of times as women, we tend, and I speak from experience because I used to be like that, we tend to be sarcastic or angry, resentful when we're trying to convey a message to our partner. And instead of doing that, we need to do it with cariño. We need to be, affectionate about it, and just make him mindful. Even shoot him a text, or even an email. Hey, honey, I just want you to know.
Or even a nice picture.
Yeah, or even a picture. Girl, don't get me started. Those are the things that you do, with love. And then they usually reciprocate it, because when it's like a kid, and I've raised boys, nothing but boys, and I thank God that they're all wonderful.
Yeah.
I have my bonus son, which is the junior,
Yeah.
and then I have my 2 biological kids, right? But my bonus son is like, I might as well have given birth to him because I loved him. I love him just as much.
Right.
So I raised boys, and all 3 of my boys are so well-mannered. They're very, they're educated, they're well-mannered, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful little souls, and it's because I had so much patience with them. But if you teach a kid with anger, then they're going to be raised that way, and you're not going to get, it's counterproductive.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the results that you're looking for.
Exactly.
So it's all about treating people with love and respect, whether they're a child or your partner, When you treat people with love and respect, then you get the benefit, you get the results that you're looking
Definitely,
for. But if you're like
definitely.
nasty and we never spend time together and you being all
That's
rude,
a defense is up and it's a turn off.
And
You
it's
know
just a
what?
turn
You
off.
know what I've also learned too, that when you begin to live with someone, it's good to read
Right.
about the different sex.
Exactly.
Because we're made a certain way and so are they.
Of course.
And if you don't understand each other, it ain't gonna work.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes you gotta read for it to break down, to study
Yeah.
study a man. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And it's just a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So, girl, if you
Is
can
it
cook,
still?
you good. Yes,
Is it
girl,
still?
it still is. I'm so old school. Listen, I'm so old school. My friends be making fun of me. They're like, you still cook? Heck yeah, I still cook. It keeps
Yeah.
my husband happy and my son.
Yes.
I'm happy. Listen, if I'm feeding my family and they happy, I'm happy.
And they also say that when a man stops eating your food, that there's a problem.
Exactly.
So
Mhm,
it goes hand in hand. How was your June? I know you had a lot going on.
Oh my God, it was amazing. We had a 1-year extravaganza anniversary. It was a pink carpet event.
Nice.
And the women showed up and showed out. They were just like queens, and we had performers. We had Beat Boy as one of the performers. Nejma Nefertiti, shout out to Nejma
Oh,
Nefertiti.
she's so
She's amazing.
dope.
Alison Casado, she's also amazing. She's an amazing vocalist.
Yeah.
I mean, this was beautiful. It was an experience. It really was. It was epic.
Nice. Is that
It
something you're
was.
gonna do like annually? It's a
The
lot of
amount
work.
of stress that
It's
it
a lot of
caused
work.
me, girl, let me drink some tea.
It's a lot
It
of
was
work.
stressful. It was a lot of work, but it's worth it when you see everybody get together and break bread. And
Yeah.
people showed up with their husbands, and it was just a beautiful event. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Maybe next year, if I don't do that, if we don't celebrate our second year as a party, like a gala, then what I'll do is I'll just set up a trip for us to go as women for the weekend.
That's nice.
We'll go away for the weekend.
That's nice. Are you planning to involve the men in the womb?
Eventually, yes.
Because they are born in wombs
Yes,
too,
they
right?
are. The reason why I chose the word womb, I didn't even choose it. That name came to me literally as a vision through
told
prayer and
me.
meditation.
Yeah.
The reason why I chose it was because it was a vision that I received of a womb, and everybody can relate to a womb. Every woman has a womb. We all came from a womb, and whether we have children or not, it doesn't matter. Womb is still precious. It's the center of life.
That's all right.
And womb stands for, I already said before, women's opinions matter because. So womb, women empowerment. And it's a powerful name if you think about it,
is.
you know?
Like you said, it's the
And-
center of life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's
definitely.
just beautiful.
What do you have any advice on females that are looking to get married or date or have children, and let's say they feel like their time is running out, you know, that we get to a certain age, including myself too. I've made my decisions already, so I'm good where I'm at. But I know a lot of people that are still waiting for that man to come along so they can have that child, and they're reaching their 40s.
So my only advice would be to continue to be true to who you are. If your man is gonna come, whether you're not, listen, let me tell you, ain't no Disney princess and
Sure is it.
baloney.
And this is
okay?
getting worse out here. I
Exactly.
can't even get a date on Fridays, like you guys know.
Yeah, that's just baloney. Ain't
Yeah.
no such thing as a prince that's gonna come and save you. You know,
Yeah.
just continue to be true to yourself. When that person comes into your life, you're gonna know it because it's going to be like a soul connection. It's literally like a soul connection.
Yeah.
And just let it happen organically. Don't rush nothing. Let it happen organically. If it's meant for you to be a parent, you're gonna be a parent. And guess what? Nowadays, we don't even need a man. No disrespect, because
No,
I love men.
a lot of females are
If you
doing it
wanna
on their
have a kid, then
own.
just go have your kid.
Yeah.
And even if things don't work out between you and your partner, which hopefully we want it to work out because we're
course.
trying to keep a family, but if it doesn't, you can still be cordial and co-parent. I see a lot of successful, relationships. Unfortunately, sometimes go their separate ways, but they still raising their children successfully because they're
Right.
co-parenting. They're being
Right.
cordial,
Right.
and the kids are benefiting.
They don't really know the difference. I mean, they don't really know the difference because you're trying to not.
Involved. Yeah, as long as they're involved and they still being part of the child's life. Don't become a bitter woman that, like, if things don't work out between you and your partner, you're going to be bitter and be like, oh, you're not going to see your kid. That's not okay.
Yeah.
That affects your child.
Definitely.
Don't be bitter.
And then we like continually
Just-
in this
yeah.
cycle that we've been
Yeah.
dealing with.
Just do it for your children, man. Just stay true to who you are, and you're going to be fine. Everything's going to work out.
So I like your videos that you do daily.
Aw,
And
thank
yeah, and the one that you did on set with me was great. You made me look great. It was awesome. I loved it.
You're beautiful. You
Thank
don't need
you.
no help with
But
that,
it was
girl.
awesome, and it's very inspiring as well.
you.
No problem. When you speak with females, what are you noticing that is something that we're dealing with the most, or that we're fighting against?
the pressure of society, man. Unfortunately, a lot of women feel that they need to look a certain way, be a certain
we're
way.
still doing this.
Yeah, and it's not okay. Like, we all beautiful. I tell women all the time, we are all beautiful. It's okay to admire someone else's beauty without questioning your own. You know, we all have something different to offer. There's not another D-Essence. There's not another Monique. And that's our superpower.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah,
We all have our own
definitely.
superpower because there's no one else like you. So that's what the women are dealing with. They feel like they need to lose weight, or some feel like they need to gain weight. Listen, you are who you are. I believe that he made a perfect masterpiece, and I'm not against plastic surgery. To each his own. For myself, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
Me personally, I wouldn't do no
I
plastic
can't seem
surgery.
to get to that.
Yeah, I can't. But a lot of women are doing this and they still unhappy.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because the work needs to be done on the
Inside.
inside.
It's not the
So you can
outside.
tuck this and get that and do this, and you're still miserable. And it's because the work that you need to be doing is on the inside.
Yeah,
So I try to
yeah.
encourage women all the time, before you go do that, because sometimes that also puts your life at risk. So before you go do that, check in with yourself first. Make sure that and sometimes we need therapy, whatever it is. Therapy, prayer, church, whatever
Yes.
works for you, whatever's going to help you thrive and help you evolve, then do that.
Agreed.
And then you might feel like, I don't need no plastic surgery, because now you're feeling yourself. You're
Right,
like, oh,
because you took care of
the
inside. And that goes
inside.
for men too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's a lot of mental health going on that we need to start really working on.
That's another thing we spoke about at WOM.
And
I brought somebody in for that.
That too. And you, like you said, you raised, what, 3 boys?
Yes.
So how did you raise them? Did you raise them to be emotional, truthful?
According to my husband, I raised him a lo americano. He was like, my husband was more like he wanted to lay the law down and da-da-da-da. You know,
Yeah.
he's old school and he's
Yeah,
Puerto
yeah.
Rican, Latino, you know, that's how we were raised.
Yeah.
And I was more like, I wanted to raise them by the book. And he was like, honey, you know, no disrespect to nobody's race. He was like, but we're not white folks. You know, we
Right.
Latinos, we gotta. And I was like, no, but I want to talk to them and I want to put them on timeouts. So I raised them
Did
with
it
a lot
work?
It did.
It did work.
Can you, what do you think?
No, I think they're fabulous.
I did
and
a
now
lot.
you're working with kids too. So
Yeah,
it's kind
I've
of like
worked
in your
with
nature.
kids for 19 years.
Wow.
And it's
Wow.
because I chose that as a career after I had my kids. I always say, had I had my career first, I probably would have never had my kids.
Right.
Because these kids are, woo! They give me a run for my money.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing I had the kids first, and then I chose that career. And I chose that career because I wanted my schedule to revolve around my kids' schedule. I wanted to be off when they were off. I was greedy with my kids. I was a helicopter mom. I didn't want nobody babysitting my kids.
I got it.
So that's why I did that.
I get it. And if most mothers can do that, I think a lot of mothers would do that.
And that's why I chose
Yeah.
that.
Any
Yeah.
advice for single moms that feel stuck?
I think that as single moms, you should always get support. You know, you should have a good support system. And you shouldn't feel stuck because these are your children. You should always look at them as a blessing. It's a gift to have children. Some women attempt to have children and unfortunately cannot. So whenever you're feeling
Absolutely.
frustrated with your kids, I think you should just hug them and remember that they're beautiful and they're a gift to you.
But it's okay to take a time out, right?
Of course you could take a time
These
out.
moms, a lot of
Absolutely.
moms are not taking times out.
Oh no, they need a time out, girl. They need a good babysitter that they can trust.
Yes,
Or grandma.
it takes a village.
Yes, of course, it
Yeah.
definitely does. It definitely does.
Anything else you want to share? We have like 5 more minutes.
I
Stunning.
love what you do.
Thank you.
I just love what you do, and I'm looking forward to collaborating with you. I know you don't talk about the fearless thing, but this woman is part of the fearless women.
Women, yes, with Sue, yes.
Yep, and I think that you girls, that organization is amazing. And
Yeah.
she reached out to me.
Good.
The founder.
Yes,
Is her
Sue.
name Sue?
Yeah,
Yeah, she
Sue
reached out to me,
Fearless.
so we're looking to collaborate.
Good. I
So
want that.
I think that that's what it is.
I
think
want
that
that.
we need to, that's another thing. Another reason why I felt the urgency to start this woman empowerment is because we need to get rid of the cattiness that goes on between women.
We do.
We do not need to be sitting here competing with each other.
We do.
Oh, she's better. Oh, look what she got. Oh, she probably did this.
But
is
that
not
comes
okay.
from That comes from nature, right? That's
why
natural, right?
I came to nip it in the butt. I came
Good,
to cut that, to
good.
break that. Because that is not okay. We supposed to, like, as women, we should stick together. That's brotherhoods forever, if you think about
know.
it. As far as they go back, they
know.
do basketball together. There's no cattiness in
I
that.
know. They could meet at a bar,
And-
not even know each other, and they're good.
And they got the bro code.
Yeah,
You know what
it's
I mean?
so weird.
So
Yeah.
it's like, as women, I'm trying to build those relationships where we can feel comfortable with each other and break those cattiness and break that gossiping and all of that. That's just
because we could be really
tasteless.
powerful together.
Right,
And no,
exactly.
that's one of the reasons why I bring certain people on the show together as well, so people can network,
that's
get
what it's
familiar with
about.
each other, work together.
Building relationship is key.
Exactly.
You know, that's what it's about. And that's really why I started that. Because, of course, I wanted to empower the women in my community and now other communities because we did something in the Bronx, girl. I'll tell you about that later.
I love it, yes.
And, you know, that's what it's about. I wanted to be able to empower women. And if you empower women, you empower men because it trickles down.
Definitely.
If a woman is feeling good about herself, she's going to go home and empower her king. You know what I mean? So that's why I figured, let's fix this. Let's work on the women first because then they can help out.
Totally agree. You're such a pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm so happy you sat with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it won't be the last time. I'm going to try to see, you know, I'm into panels. I know I haven't done much of it on the show yet because I'm just trying to get everybody in because I just feel like I know a lot of people that can come on and just share a lot. And you were one of them. Your son is amazing. Your family is amazing.
Thank you.
I give you all the blessings, whatever you need. I'm here. Can you let the viewers know where to find you?
You can follow me at W.O.M.B, Women Empowerment. That's W.O.M B, like a woman's womb, W-O-M-B. Women, W-O-M-E-N, Empowerment. On Instagram and Facebook. I got to get with the Twitter stuff. I don't know.
Well, you know, I was constantly on Twitter before Instagram, and I wasn't crazy about Instagram, but when I got back into the business, Instagram worked wonders for me.
That's what I feel. I'm so comfortable with Instagram
Oh,
now.
I love it. Twitter, I don't even go on. I let whatever, you know, post go to it, but Twitter, like, LinkedIn and Instagram, they're my favorite, definitely. I just want to let you know as well that July is the national month of anti-boredom. So please keep yourself away from the boring times. We would beautiful.
We going out there for like 2 weeks. The family.
Please, and do a little bit of live. Let us know how it's doing out there. You know, because guys, we're still suffering in PR. People still have tarps on their homes, and we're not doing good financially, and we're still fighting this war with this president of ours. So let's not forget about Puerto Rico and all the other countries that are suffering. Also, it's unlucky month for weddings. You said your lucky month was in April.
It's a good thing I got married in April.
And National Cell Phone Courtesy Month.
Oh,
I don't know what that actually means. Cell phone courtesy, like have cell phone manners or be.
Maybe it's just
like, what does that mean?
I don't know. Let's just maybe the courtesy of keeping your phone down when you go to dinner.
That would be nice,
you know,
to keep a marriage or relationship together,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, that's courtesy.
I love you. I love you, and we'll definitely be collaborating. Thank you guys for tuning in once again each and every Wednesday at 9 p.m. on the D. Ustin Show. Stay tuned for next week. You do not want to miss it. I cannot tell you who will be on, but stay tuned, or you better get in line. Your girl D. Essence. Happy Wednesday.
Get in line.
Beautiful, love.
Get in line for the dopest girl show. The Essence will be holding us down. Get in line. Women running the world. Wednesday 6:30. Let's have a good time. Get in line. Free your mind. Let the music help you celebrate life. Get in line. Keep it real. Get empowered and inspired to feel. Get in line. Love the essence madly. Bright sky. Get in line for the dopest girl show. The essence will be holding us down. Get in line. Women running the world. Wednesday 6:30. Let's have a good time. Get in line. Free your mind. Let the music help you celebrate life. Get in line. Keep it real. Get empowered and inspired to feel. Get in line. Love the essence madly. Bright sky. Get in line for the dopest girl show. The essence will be holding us down. Get in line.
Hey, it's your boy 950 Kevin Pryor, aka LeBron James of the radio game, the most electrifying man, me, the gay, except for The Essence. And I'm tuned in live at the Essence Show. Get in line.
Hello everyone, my name is Monique Rivera. I am the founder of the W.O.M.B Women Empowerment. I am at the Essence Show and I am walking in my purpose. I tell you to walk in your purpose and get in line.